gonna do a little different video today. It's gonna be raining on and off today, so I'm kind of gonna do my setup, my bait, what I do, how I get it, how I keep it, and basically what I do every weekend for bait. Normally, not every weekend, but it's a process. I've got a 55-gallon aquarium in the garage that I have set up for bait, and right now I only got some little tiny, like 2 to 4 inch bluegill. So I'm wanting to get some bigger stuff, and or preferably some creek chubs. So we're going to start out at the best bait place in the world, the Wally World. Oh yeah. These fresh night crawlers, I always check them because sometimes they're like melted in there. But most of the time they're pretty good here. Get some wax worms too. Alright, let's do this. Alright, about once every 2 weeks I have to come here and get the biggest filters that they have, because bluegill and bait fish are just disgusting. I'll show you how nasty the filters get after about 2 weeks when I get home and change them out. Look like a weirdo in here with camera. Alright, I looked on the on Google Maps and saw this creek over behind an apartment complex. So I'm hoping I can get some creek chubs here, depending on what it looks like. We'll walk down here and see if there's an easy way into the creek, and then look for some deep holes. The water down here looks fantastic. It's like super clean. It's got a good flow to it. It's really shallow. Just need to go up here and find some of the little slower holes, a little deeper. There's a good looking tree up there hanging over. It looks like it's a little deeper, maybe a few feet deep. We'll give that a try. Alright, well, it's not a few feet deep, but it looks like I saw some shiners over here by the tree. So what I'm gonna do is get some fresh water in here. Yeah, a little more. Get the bubbler going. And I've just got 6-pound test mono. Let's start off with some wax worms. Do 2. If they're biting like crazy, I'll just put 1 on next time. I think I'm going to take off this bobber because it's just moving too fast in there. I'm just going to let it free float. Hopefully they don't swallow the hook. Little tiny guys. There we go. That's a nice chub. I'd like them a little bigger, but if I downsize my hooks a little bit for catfish, that'll work just fine. I'm going to have to move my bait bucket down here. Old saw. Look at that thing. How long that's been in there. No telling. This, I believe, is a shiner. That might be just a regular old creek chub. Oh no! That's what I get. Alright, we'll catch more. That is definitely a creek chub. A little small, but hopefully we can keep him alive long enough in the fish tank and feeding him. But he'll get bigger and be better bait. You can see some shiners up in there flashing every now and then. There we go. Bet these would be awesome bass bait if you were to just have a tiny hook and just live line them somewhere. My hook isn't too big. If it can catch that little 2-inch bluegill, we'll throw him back like 1 and 2 inchers. That won't do any good. I want your grandfather. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm after. There we go. That's perfect catfish bait. No, 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 no. You stay here. You are not going anywhere. I'll clean him off a little bit. Don't even make all the water nasty in there, but that's perfect. Big old catfish candy. A little better creek bluegill. I'll keep him. I've thrown back about 15 little tiny ones. He's not the size of bluegill I'm looking for, but if I stock up on some decent sized ones, I can keep them in the tank for, I think the longest I've kept bluegill in the tank for was like 8 months. Oh, there's a big chub. He just came up and looked at it and swam away. Nope, there he is. No, that's a bluegill. Huh. That's better catfish size bluegill. Really want some of those big creek chubs though. I don't know what about them drives catfish crazy, but there we go. Something a little better. Another bluegill. There's some good ones in this hole. Oh, there we go. Wow. Oh, that was a smallmouth. The way the sun's shining, I can't see the fish going at it right now. So what I'm doing is just letting my line float on the top and then just watching for it to jerk. Like right there. Pretty little guy. He engulfed that hook. Hopefully I can get that out without killing him. I think I can. Perfect. Alright, we'll get these guys in the fridge before they melt and save them for later. This is my garage beer and bait fridge. This is my garage bait tank. It's a 55-gallon aquarium. I've actually got two. Those are dual 55-gallon pumps, but it doesn't clean well enough with one, so I actually have two on there, and they actually get pretty filthy. I have to buy these filters every 2 weeks. Look at how nasty that is. You can spray them out and get maybe one more use out of them, but they don't do as well. So I'll get all of these out of here. Look how filthy that is. I mean, it's not even been a full 2 weeks yet. Get both of those out of there, and then see how much debris and stuff falls in there when you take them out. So it has to suck all that back up. And then what I like to do is take this off, because these get nasty and chunked up too. Clean all of that crap off there. Get it back on so it can start doing its job again. Ow, bluegill were biting me. Okay. Get some new ones in here. Alright, I actually made this because the old one got broken, so I took some, went and got some little fencing and bent it and cut it and put it on top because I had a horrible death smell in the garage for about a month and could not find it. I mean, I knew it was a fish, but somehow they had flopped out like 4 feet away into a pair of my really nice winter wading boots, and like 4 bluegill were in there and had just like slowly melted and ruined the boots. And my wife really didn't like that, so definitely need a top on there because they start getting jumpy. A few more of these guys out. The water's starting to get really gross. Oh yeah, those are good ones. That's a good sized gill. Okay, my tank's actually pretty filthy right now, especially since I just changed the filters. What I'm going to do, okay, let's get the top back on. All of that stuff they've thrown up, and from changing the filter, it's pretty nasty in there right now. But the stuff that I found is the very best for keeping bait alive. I mean, indefinitely. I've kept bluegill, goldfish, crawdads, all kinds of different stuff in here. I think the longest I've ever kept them in there was 8 or 9 months before using them again. And this stuff's just fantastic. This Better Bait minnow holding formula. It's not like the stuff you get at like Walmart. I actually bought this on Amazon, and it turns the water blue. You don't have to be as accurate with it, especially since the filters suck out a lot of it. So you kind of have to come back the next day and add a little more, because it'll all be clean water by then and the water won't be blue anymore. But I've kept these fish, not these fish exactly, but I've kept fish in here for, like I said, 8 to 9 months, and just use them at my leisure whenever it gets time to go out with some live bait. Hopefully I will get to use these guys tomorrow. Some of these bluegill have been in here a while. They're actually a little tame. Alright, a couple things I forgot to mention were food. I normally just use whatever I can get at Walmart. This stuff lasts forever. Either the shrimp pellets or the goldfish flakes. The goldfish flakes seem to be not as dirty as the shrimp pellets, because the shrimp pellets kind of break up, especially when they hit the bottom and the fish don't get them. So these are some of the bluegill that have been here longer, that were a little too small to use. Trying to fatten them up. At least we'll keep them happy while they're here. Big chub. They're eating too. They haven't even been there long. Alright guys, this is it was meant to be a little quicker video, but this is my bait setup. You can keep fish of any kind really indefinitely in here, as long as you keep the water clean and don't let it get too hot. That was the other thing I forgot to mention, was, you know, in the garage, it being summer, I mean, it gets like 130 degrees in here. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll come out here, if it's like really hot day, I'll come out here and pour a couple cups of ice in there just to cool it down a little bit, or I'll bring the hose and put it in there and get some fresh cold water in there, and then put some more of the Better Bait, the little blue pellet formula in there, and keep stuff, you know, fresh and lively, keep them going, keep them happy. So hopefully tomorrow I can post a video of actually using this bait and putting it to use for some good catfish, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.